Devil May Cry is a series I hold very close to me. I've been playing the game since insert personal story here. So because of that, I thought I'd share my knowledge with you mortals and give you the top facts that you definitely 100% guaranteed did not know. If you say you know these, you're a goddamn liar. Let's start off with a semi-known, but still mostly unknown fact. Resident Evil actually originally started off as a Devil May Cry game. That's right. After the smash hit that is DMC1, Capcom decided to make a follow-up, but midway through development they remembered their first ever game, Resident Evil, for the GameCube. They felt that this version of DMC2 would actually work better as a Resident Evil game, and in a genius artistic move, they decided to skip RE2 and 3, at least for now, and call it RE4. As you can see here, Leon's kick is kinda like Kick 13. Here's some leaked beta screenshots of what this game could have looked like. However, after this daring shift in series, Capcom was left without a real DMC2, and had to throw together a sequel in like a day or something, and that's how we got the DMC2 we all know and love today. The DMC3 boss, Agnes and Ragnus, were actually named after Capcom employees, Agnes and Ragnus. They begged to be in the game in some way, and itsuno, who took pity on them, decided to make the bosses in their likeness. Pretty interesting to say the least. This jump after the Griffin fight was added to test if the player looked cool or not. The effect when Dante uses Quicksilver inverts the colors and gives everything a white glow. The reason this effect was chosen is because Capcom wanted to blind people that played the game at night. The director of DMC4 has stated that DMC4 has the most sound in the series. Whatever that means. What? Now, the Devil May Cry series is renowned for having some of the most technically advanced combat systems in any game. But did you know, the biggest component of the combat was actually a glitch? Discovered by DMC legend Ryan, it was found that if you press the jump button while over an enemy, you could use them as sort of a platform to jump off of. This is because you're tricking the game into thinking that the enemy is actually the floor. Top players call this leap cancelling or J-hopping. Now players use this technique to get high into the sky and rain bullets down from above. It's practically flying.
Dude, who the fuck is Ryan? Fucking Ryan? The great players of DMC3, Bubble Melody, Ramada, Mo, Flamer.
Why are you skipping, bro?
Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Who the fuck is Ryan? Combo Mad by Ryan. Nobody. Who?
Little known fact about the effects of the Qui-Fi in DMC5, it actually got so big that it started to affect the Earth's gravity. At least that's where DMC is theorized to take place. This is why Dante, Nero, and the other guy can fly for so long. Contrary to popular belief, less than 1 in 10 top players actually have hand problems. But even less known than that is that 8 in 10 use wheelchairs. For a cool modern fact, the box art for DMC New is actually a reference to the blockbuster movies like Revengers. Here's a cool little bonus fact. Dante actually had to dislocate his shoulder to take this picture. Time for another Resident Evil connection. So in Resident Evil 4, you can find this door. Well, it turns out this same door can be found in DMC1. This implies that both games take place in the same universe. This door alone opens up endless possibilities on what connections can be made between the series. Could the architect of Malay Island be the same guy that built Spain or wherever the fuck? Something you may already know is the original creator of Devil May Cry, Hideki Kamiya, went on to make Bayonetta. Because of this, it's been speculated that Dante at one point may have been able to turn into a bat in the same way that Bayonetta can turn into a crow. But did you know that just like Bayonetta, Dante also gets his powers from the moon? Let me explain. In DMC1, the first thing you see after the opening crawl is a moon. That's already dropping the big hint. But later on, in DMC3, Dante gets his devil trigger right in front of a full moon. I mean, that's as clear as it possibly can be that the moon is the source of his power. It's because of this, when the HD collection came around, Capcom took special care that the moon was as good looking and high quality as it could possibly be. DMC3 on the Nintendo Switch added a brand new feature: extreme input lag. Okay, for this final fact, we're going deep into the history of Capcom. In the 1800s, a man named John Inertia discovered a technique where if you strike a certain pose while in the air, you can fly around. This became quite popular to martial artists. The move was named after John, simply being called inertia. However, John's younger cousin, Matt Capcom, was quite jealous of the fame his cousin had found. So many years later, when he found his own company, simply called Capcom, he declared all use of inertia would be banned from anything they do. Many years later, Hideki Kojima, or whatever the fuck his name is, was making DMC4 due to ignorance of this story, included inertia into that game. Because of its unfinished nature, there was no time for it to be removed. After being punished several lashes and many years in the Capcom dungeon, he was unable to direct another DMC game for 10 years. After that time had passed, he was finally forgiven and was granted the privilege to be able to direct DMC5, but only on the condition that inertia was never mentioned again. He's currently been sent back to the Capcom dungeon, and fans await for the day he's released. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something through this. Well, I don't really hope, because I know for a fact you did, but I hope you enjoyed at least. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys.